Hey guys, so today's pride design is based off the colors of the gay flag, and to start off we're just going to start with some color mixing. So I'm taking Maddie and Mother Nature to get that darker like tealish color that's at the top of the flag. Now I'm going to mix Electric Yellow and Sail Away from Nail Reserve to get that lighter teal color. And this color was actually really hard to mix up. Honestly, all three of the teal colors were a little hard to mix up. I actually cut out like 20 minutes of me trying to mix these up. This is my second time mixing these colors up, and the first time it took me so long to try and get the colors right, and they still weren't right. So I just like wiped those away and started over, and I got it right the second time. And I did mix in some Perfect White to get it a little bit lighter because it was looking a little too dark. You are going to see me adding in a bunch more like yellow and blue and white. Like I said, this color right here was pretty hard to mix up. I feel like teal is one of the hardest colors to mix, especially if you're trying to color match it to something. It's just one of those colors that is a little bit difficult to get right. And this is definitely way more than what I'm going to need for this nail design. But honestly, that's a good thing because it was such a difficult color to mix up. I want to make sure that I have enough to get through this entire set without having to go back and mix some more, which is going to be really difficult. And that's difficult with any color you mix up because it's hard to mix the same amount of the different colors that you're mixing to get that final color that you got, because you don't have the exact measurements. I mean, you probably could like weigh them or something to figure out the exact measurements, like as you're mixing, have your palette on a scale or something and like weigh it, but that's like difficult and I'm not trying to do all that. But you do want to make sure you have enough of your color so you don't have to try and attempt to mix that color up again. So having more than what you're going to need for your set is a good thing. There will be a little bit of wasted product, but I mean, it just makes it easier when you have that extra amount versus not having enough. And then for the lightest teal color, I just laid down some Perfect White and then mixed in some of the previous teal into that. And then to make sure that I got the colors right and how I wanted them, I did just take a little bit of each and swipe them onto a little lint-free wipe just to see how the colors were looking. And if I liked how the colors looked, I left them alone. But if I needed to adjust them at all, I did adjust them however I saw fit. So now for my blue colors, I'm taking Purple Era and Maddie and mixing those two together. And I know I've stated before in other videos to start with your lighter color and mix the darker color in. But because this color was so dark, I decided to start with Purple Era because, like I said, it was so dark, and Purple Era is a very dark color, and I didn't really need to mix in a lot of Maddie to get that dark blue that I was looking for. But if I would have done it the other way, I would have had to add in a little bit more of Purple Era than I would have had to add in Maddie into Purple Era, if that makes any sense. So if you're looking for a lighter shade, start with your lighter color and then mix your darker color into that. If you're going for a darker color, you can start with your darker shade and mix your lighter shade into that. I hope that made sense. And then for the lighter shade of blue, I still used Purple Era and Maddie, but I mixed them the opposite. So I started with Maddie and then mixed just a little bit of Purple Era into Maddie, and you will see like how different these two colors look just based off of how much of each color I used, even though I am using the same two colors to create these colors. And then for the lightest blue, again, just laid down some white and mixed in that previous blue that I had mixed up. I think I also might have mixed in a little bit more Maddie, and I think I also mixed in a little bit of Mother Nature as well to try and match it to the color that was on the flag a little bit better. Yeah, I was right about mixing it in Maddie because that's what I'm doing right here. And yeah, right here I am mixing in a little bit of Mother Nature. So once all of my colors were mixed up, I went in and painted 3 of the nails. I believe the thumb, middle, and pinky nail with Perfect White, and I did 2 coats of that, curing each coat for 60 seconds. And then for the pointer nail, I painted that with the lightest blue that I had mixed. I did do 3 coats of that to get it fully opaque, and I cured each coat for 60 seconds. And then for the ring nail, I'm pretty sure this is the darkest like teal color that I mixed. Again, doing 3 coats and curing each coat for 60 seconds. For the thumbnail, I did drips. I did the second teal color that I had mixed up, and I just dipped my dotting tool into that and dragged it up to create those drips. And then I took my liner brush to connect the drips together and make them look like they are dripping down from the top of the nail. And then I did add a little drip like it had dripped off of the other drips with my dotting tool. And then I did cure that for 60 seconds after I got that on. For the pointer, I did a smiley face with X's for the eyes, and I used the darkest blue color that I mixed for the smiley face and cured that for 60 seconds after it was drawn on. And then for the ring nail, I took the lightest blue that I had mixed up and painted on a checkerboard. Now whenever I do checkerboards, I get it all completely drawn on and the squares filled in before I cure it, just because I feel like whenever I do lines that cross over each other, it leaves like a little bump where they do cross over. So I like to do it all at once so it all like flows into each other and like levels out and there's not that lump. But if you are more comfortable with flash curing once you get your lines on, then go ahead and flash cure, but I personally don't do that. So I draw my checkerboard on first and then fill in the squares that are going to be filled in before I cure for 60 seconds. And I did end up doing a second coat of this color because it was so light, it didn't fully cover that darker color underneath. I am usually doing checkerboards on long nails, just because that is usually what I do for myself. But doing a checkerboard on short nails was way easier than doing a checkerboard on a longer nail, in my opinion. Like, I feel like it was easier to get the little squares even on this shorter nail versus on a longer nail, and it didn't look kind of warped or like uneven anywhere. Like, it all looked very nice and even versus when I'm trying to do it on a long nail, a couple of the squares always end up looking a little wonky and some of them look longer than others, and I don't know, it was just way easier to do this checkerboard design on the short nail versus a long nail. And as stated previously in my other Pride designs, if you like this design but these colors don't represent who you are, you can always change them and do whatever colors do represent you. You can take some elements from this design and mix them with some elements from another design. These designs are just intended to be some inspiration for you, so you are free to change the colors, change up the design, do whatever you want to do on your nails. Your nails are yours and you can do whatever you want that is going to make you happy with your nails. So for the last two nails, I decided I wanted to try and do like a marbled flame design. So with this nail, I tried just scooping up the colors out of each little pile that I have there mixed up and then just drawing the flame on, but I didn't really like how that turned out. It kind of ended up just mixing and being one color and not very marbled, so I wiped that off and then laid out the colors like I would if I was doing a normal marble nail. So I put the darker color down, that middle color down, and then the lighter color down, and then scooped them up with my liner brush like that, and drew on the flame, and that created a much better marble, and you can tell it was a marble. And I'm not using blooming gel for this design because I don't want the flame to spread out. I want it to actually look like a flame. Obviously you can create flames with a blooming gel, but that wasn't really the look that I was going for. Like, I wanted it to just look like a hand painted flame, if that makes any sense at all. Now that I'm mentioning the blooming gel, I'm wondering if I could have painted the blooming gel on in like the shape of a flame and then put these colors on there and like swirled them around like that, if that would have been easier or if that would have made it difficult. I'm curious about that now, and I kind of want to test it out to see what would happen if I did that. And then I ended up not liking how this flame was turning out, so I wiped that off and started again. For some reason, I was having a hard time doing flames. Like I said, with the checkerboard, I'm used to doing these designs on longer nails. So, I don't know, for some reason doing flames on the shorter nails was being difficult for me, and I couldn't quite figure out why, because I was doing it like the same way. It also might have been because I was trying to create like a marbled look with it, and I was trying to make sure you could see all the different colors on there. So that also was probably making it a little more difficult than just doing like one single colored flame like you usually do. And then, like I said, I was doing 2 marbled flamed nails designs. That other one was with the green colors. This one is with the blue. So I just did the same thing. Scooped those colors up, laid them down, and I did cure for a full 60 seconds after getting the flames done. Then once I was done and everything was cured, I took my matte top coat from LGN and topped all of the nails and cured for 60 seconds. I did forget to wipe the nails off with alcohol before applying the matte top coat, and there was a little smudging on that smiley nail and the blue flame nail. Thankfully, I caught that before curing, so I did wipe those off to get rid of that smudging and then re-top coated and then cured. So just make sure if you are top coating with a matte top coat, wipe the nails off with alcohol before applying that to get rid of that sticky layer, because that sticky layer is going to be what's being pulled down the nail and causing that smudging and smearing, and obviously we don't want that after we just spent a bunch of time doing some really cool nail art. And this is what they look like. I think they came out really good and they look super cool. I really love the flame nails. I think those came out so good. They honestly ended up looking a lot better than I thought they were going to look at first, because I was struggling a little bit, but they definitely came out really cool and they are my favorite nails out of this entire set. Also, now knowing that I can do this marble look on the flames is going to be really cool to play around with whenever I do other flame nails, especially like trying to create a realistic like flame look with like reds and oranges and yellows. I think that will end up creating some really cool looks. And I know drip nails are usually shiny, or at least the drip part is shiny. But I just made everything matte because I felt like this design, or like this set, would look a lot better matte versus shiny. I don't know, just whenever I do or see mix and match nails like this, I feel like they look better matte versus shiny. But overall, I'm super happy with this set, and I really love how they came out, especially those flame nails. And that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.